next vitamin that we will talk is vitamin B5, pantothenic acid. One of the simplest, sweet and short vitamin. Nothing much in this one, but 2 or 3 important things are there, which I would definitely like to highlight. Beyond that, it's a very simple vitamin. So we will again discuss it under the headings of chemistry, RDA, resources, coenzymes and functions, and deficiency disorders. Wow, this chemistry or the structure looks quite cumbersome. Do you have to remember the structure in detail? No. Only thing I would like to draw your attention is it is made up of pantoic acid and beta-alanine. Underline beta-alanine. Now, what is so special about beta-alanine? If you remember from your class from amino acid, in our body, all the amino acids that are available are all alpha amino acids. Only if you are finding any beta amino acid, then it is this one, that is beta-alanine. It is one of the most important questions, trick questions, neat PG entrance question that can be asked anytime. Which is the only beta amino acid available in the body? And that is beta-alanine. And what is its role? Its role is in synthesis of pantothenic acid. Or it is a part of pantothenic acid. So what is this pantothenic acid? It is a vitamin B5, and the recommended dietary allowance for both the sexes is about 10 milligrams per day. And from where all you can obtain it, any plant or animal source will be definitely having good concentration of B5. That's why probably it makes it a little less spoken about, because deficiencies are little rare. Yeast, liver, egg are very good sources. Moreover, our intestinal flora also has been known to produce. So some amount of B5 vitamin is also synthesized by our commensal bacteria that are present in our intestine, right? So the deficiency obviously is little rare. So why not talk about its coenzyme role, which is very, very important. So what is its coenzyme form? So as you can see here, the major coenzyme form of pantothenic acid is CoAsh or coenzyme A. Let me highlight it over here. Okay, so coenzyme A. You have often heard about coenzyme A, right? Acetyl coenzyme A, succinyl coenzyme A, propyl-CoA, right? So you have heard it. But what was that CoA? That CoA is nothing but a coenzyme form of pantothenic acid, where it has got, let us forget this acetyl group, because when the acetyl group attaches, it becomes acetyl-CoA. And you always remember we write it as CoAsh or CoASH, right? We write it as CoASH. And why is that so? It is at this point or this juncture where this coenzyme A is going to bind with the moiety. It could be acetyl, as in this case it is acetyl, or it could be propionyl, it could be succinyl, any of the group. It binds at this SH group, right? So you call it as, just to emphasize that it is going to bind at the sulfur-hydryl bond, you call it as CoAsh, or simply you can call it as CoA or coenzyme A. So it is made up of beta-mercaptoethanolamine, pantothenic acid, a very spoken amino acid, and phosphorylated ATP. Okay, so this is the structure of coenzyme A. Will it be important for us to ask? Maybe a Viva question, maybe 1 or 2 mark question. Yes, what is coenzyme A? It is a coenzyme form of pantothenic acid. It is synthesized from with beta-mercaptoethanolamine, pantothenic acid, and phosphorylated ADP. It has SH or sulfur-hydryl group on which it binds with different compounds. So what is its importance? The important CoA derivatives are acetyl-CoA, succinyl-CoA, HMG-CoA, acyl-CoA. Now, coenzyme A is a very important component of your whole fatty acid synthase complex, and acyl carrier protein is one of the proteins present in your fatty acid synthase complex, which you will study later on. This also is known to contain pantothenic acid. So Here is the diagram. This is taken from your book Vasudevan, but it might look quite cumbersome over here. It's quite simple. It just talks about the important coenzyme A pool. The most common coenzyme A pool in our body is acetyl-CoA. So what is this pool? You can see some things filling in here and something utilizing it, right? So from fatty acid, you generate the acetyl-CoA, which enters into citric acid cycle, or this acetyl-CoA can go into fatty acid synthesis, or this acetyl-CoA can go into cholesterol synthesis. Not only fatty acid breakdown, that is beta oxidation, not only by beta oxidation you will get acetyl-CoA, you will also get acetyl-CoA by pyruvate. Okay, remember we had spoken about pyruvate dehydrogenase complex, where pyruvate gets oxidized to oxidatively decarboxylated to acetyl-CoA. So this is that acetyl-CoA. Leucine and ketogenic amino acids ultimately will enter and are called as ketogenic, and they are useful in different other mechanisms as well. Similarly, with the succinyl-CoA, you have alpha-ketoglutarate, odd-chain fatty acids, methionine, as well as threonine and all, which will generate succinyl-CoA, which is an intermediate in your citric acid cycle. It can a very important component in gluconeogenesis, porphyrins, etc. So this is how the pool is utilized. So it's just for knowledge extension. You may write in the exam first, or you may give it a skip. Let's talk about the deficiency disorders. As already mentioned, deficiency for pantothenic acid is pretty much rare. But if the person has overall vitamin B complex deficiency, then yes, he may also have pantothenic acid deficiency. One of the deficiency manifestations is called as burning foot syndrome. This was discovered by Dr. C. Gopalan, an Indian. So the symptoms were neuropathy, burning, tingling sensation, staggering gait, ataxia. Ataxia I've already mentioned you, discoordinated moments, and sleep disturbances. So what is the treatment? Just give him vitamin B complex rich food, nutritious food, and give vitamin B supplementations as well. So that brings us to the end of our pantothenic acid. So let's see the next vitamin that we can discuss further.